So as you guys can see, there's no box at the table because I lost it or maybe thrown the product's box. But either way, I'm gonna still do a review about it. In today's episode, it's gonna be a special one because it's yet another too cheap episode of a Frankenstein controller. And you guys may be thinking, what's so Frankenstein about this controller? Well, there's two controllers connected in one wire and has one single USB, not 3.0, 2.0. It's gonna be a fun one. Let's jump right in. Okay, in today's Too Cheap episode, I'm gonna review this twin gamepad that I bought it from Shopee around 20 ringgit. And I've been testing this thing or probably using this thing for a while right now, and I want to give some of my thoughts about this controller and whether you guys should buy it or not. So let's talk about the controller one by one individually. The controller, it feels meh. Okay, that's the first impression about a controller. It's all about the feel and how you're gonna use it. And the feel is good but not clicky enough or even snappy enough, at least for me. And there are many reasons for it. Let's talk about the main buttons, the 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. These buttons are the most that we're gonna use on a controller, and they really nailed the 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons because it feels clicky, it doesn't feel snappy, yeah, it feels too cheap. And let's talk about the joysticks. The joysticks, it's not accurate, and especially when I play Pro Evolution Soccer, it could be rough because my passes always missed left and right, so it's kind of annoying. Like the joystick could have been better. And let's talk about the D-pad. The D-pad is straight up rubbery, not snappy, not clicky, not has the 1, 2, 3, 4 button. It's very rubbery, it's too shaky, which is okay-ish because the D-pad, you wouldn't use it that much except for some action games, but it could be better. And the trigger buttons are one of the worst criticism of this controller. So while you're playing racing games triggers are really important because if you press it little bit, the throttle to the character, the car will go slowly. When you fully press it, the throttle will be going really fast, the car will be going really fast. So that's one of the criticism, because if you once it press it, it's full on throttle and the car just goes really fast. So that's one of the criticism. And the select start button it's okay-ish because you use it occasionally, not always. And there's the analog button. The analog button will activate the D-pad or deactivate the D-pad, depends on your situation. So overall, that's about the controllers. And I've tested this thing twin and dual use cases with a separate software. And by the way guys, this controller can't be used on many games. I mean many games like GTA 5 or Need for Speed Rivals or the latest and greatest games can't be played on this specific controller because you guys need a specific software to emulate this controller to be an Xbox 360 controller. Then only you guys can play this controller with most or every game on PC at least. So that will be a separate video about it, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. So yeah, and coming to the topic about this twin gamepad, I've used it once in a while. It certainly works and it certainly doesn't lag it at all, and I'm kinda impressed how the USB 2.0 or maybe 3.0, but either way my PC uses all USB 2.0, so in the USB 2.0 connection it really works and it's really well. So yeah, that's about the surface scratch of about this review. So I'm gonna test it on a separate game that called Need for Speed Underground 2, which is an old game that will really work on this controller, and we're gonna test. So hope you guys can see my stream. Now I'm playing Need for Speed Underground 2. As I told you guys, the latest and greatest games can't be played without a software. and the software video will be linked in the description down below that I did it. So yeah, now we're gonna play Need for Speed Underground 2 on a quick race. I'm gonna give my thoughts on this controller while I'm playing it. While I'm gonna play on it, I'm gonna put on maximum traffic level and difficulty hard, cause why not? I'm a professional. I'm gonna continue. Well, this is one thing that I hate about this game particularly, cause it requires you to use the mouse more frequently. I'm gonna go with auto transmission, cause yeah. Well, this is gonna be one thing. Oh no, where's the acceleration? Okay, now this is the one thing about this controller. You guys need to map one by one this controller while you're gonna play these games, or else the controls will be messed up and oh my god, they got cracked. So you guys can see me driving my beautiful Evo 9 or Evo, yeah, it's an Evo 9, and I'm gonna catch up with the silica. And I took a shortcut, which is a kind of, what's the brakes, what's the brakes? Oh, the brake, oh okay, the brakes is the first button, and I'm gonna get crap. As I told you guys, it is a bit hassle, especially I'm not used to this kind of control for this game, but either way I'm still gonna try to win on this. Is it possible me winning this race? Tell me in the comments down below. Yeah, it's not possible. You guys don't comment on this video because I suck at it. This kind of accidents, surely I'm dead. You guys may be thinking why my stream is a bit choppy, because it's because of the OBS. I'm not using a capture card or even a beefy graphics card. That's why the stream looks a bit choppy, at least in your record, but for me this game is perfectly playing on 120 FPS, even though I'm using a 75 Hz display. But yeah, I lost this race miserably. Well, I commentate this game, but not about this controller. As I told you guys, the mapping system is a bit weird, so that's why I lost this game. At least hope you guys think it is. And the joysticks is a bit tough to control. As you guys can see, I crashed 2 times in this race because the joysticks is not that great enough. And oh wait, I thought you can do one thing. Never mind. And the buttons are okay-ish. I'm not gonna click the main menu. And yeah, so let's go to the table again. I want to give my final thoughts on this controller. So as you guys can see from it, as I told you, the joystick feel is not that good enough, and especially the sturdiness. And by the way, I can't feel the vibration motor. It's maybe the game or the software that I'm using it, but the game feels good, but it's certainly not great on this controller. But for a too cheap episode, guys, for 20 ringgit, this controller is not bad by any means. If you guys want any cheap controllers to use it temporarily or even play some retro games with this controller, it certainly works really well, and I'm gonna give a huge thumbs up on this controller. But do remember, if you want to play any latest and greatest game with this controller, do check out the other videos that I'll link in the description down below, which is another one of my videos that I talk about emulating this controller to be an Xbox 360 controller. So yeah, that's been it, guys. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and tell me in the comments down below what if you thought of it, guys. If you're new to this channel, guys, don't forget to subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys enjoy. Peace.